Hello, friends. Welcome to the Career Guru Podcast. I am your host, Steve Yanovsky. What a glorious day it is to start your path on a new career. Doors are opening here at the Boston Career Institute even as we speak. And I'm here holding the key for you. So tune in, stay sharp, and enjoy yourself. This is going to be great. Hashtag Let's Career Up.
Greetings, my friends, conversationalists, career gurus, aspiring career gurus, all across the fruited plain. And by fruited plain, I mean the United States. You know, oh, beautiful for spacious skies. And on the embers of grain. Sorry, I'm not in a song mood, but the Purple's Mount Majesty upon the fruited plain. I thought I should explain myself, what means all across the fruited plains, just in case you didn't get the meaning of it before. Maybe I should have explained it sooner, but I did not. Sorry about that. But here we are yet again for one more installment of the Career Guru podcast. We have been dealing with all sorts of interesting topics here, and I keep promising to bring in guests, but there's just so many things that people are asking me to get into, and the solo podcast seems to be one of the ways to go. But we'll have some good guests here soon for your entertainment and for your knowledge acquiring pleasure. So last time on a podcast, we talked about how to recognize the signs that you may be in a toxic work environment. There's so much to talk about workplace toxicity, which is one of those places that unless you can really turn it around, there's no place to go but out. But when you're on the inside and your income depends on it, there's most important steps that you need to take to protect your sanity, to protect your conscious self from this environment. Now, last time we talked about these signs. As my favorite number 10, right, of different signs or solutions, I stick to the number 10. People tend to grasp 10 things. And as we learned from neuroscientists, for example, for people to retain information, it's important to repeat it 7 times. Why 7? I don't know. I didn't get that far in neuroscience. But the fact of the matter is, yes, if you want someone to retain information, 7 times is the charm. So we stick to a little bit more than 7. I go to 10. And this is my good number here. So last time we identified these 10 signs of a possible toxic environment. And let's run through them really quick before we delve into the 10 signs of how to deal with it. We said that there were 10. Poor communication, the withholding of information, that sort of thing, when people are afraid to speak. Lack of trust. People don't feel safe, expressing themselves. High turnover rate usually means that there's something wrong here. Burnout culture, people just don't care, this sort of thing. Unfair treatment, favoritism. The blame game, everybody knows what that is. Lack of growth opportunities. Disrespect and bullying. Low morale. And fear-based leadership, right? It's when management rules by fear rather than by love. There's 2 ways to motivate people to do stuff. So remember these 10 points. Now let's deal with how to deal with the toxic work environment. And as always, once you're there, it is most important and urgent that you actually recognize these 10 signs that we talked about before. So recognizing what the signs of toxicity is key. You have to identify whether it's you or if the environment is truly toxic, whether the bullying is there, the manipulation, the high turnover rate, the constant stress, lack of communication, all the things that we just discussed. So the awareness is always the first step to any meaningful change. Remember what I said, right? Any meaningful change must start with self-realization as to what exactly is happening. And take a good introspective look at yourself. As Bugs Bunny always said to Elmer Fudd, if you remember that creature, Elmer Fudd said, "Hey, there's something awfully schoolly going on around here." And Bugs Bunny would come up to him and say, "Could be you, Doc." So look at yourself too. All right. Approach the situation with humility. We delved into humility before. Just remember, be humble, but not too humble. All of these things that we talked about before, they all come into place here. Everything is interconnected, my friends. Everything is connected. There is a reason to the way that we discuss things here in the Career Guru podcast. So look at yourself first. Take a look if it's not you. Look at the internal, external factors. Recognize the signs of toxicity. And once you've realized, hey, I'm in a toxic environment, I'm in a toxic relationship, start to act. Once you come to the self-realization or analysis of whether the place is toxic or not, begin to document everything. By the way, documentation should begin with recognition of the signs of toxicity. It helps to put things down on paper. Hey, is there a high turnover rate? Okay, is there unfair behavior? Is there bullying? Is there favoritism? Is there a fear of communicating an expression? If these things are making with your pen and paper on a piece of paper, there's something wrong here. So begin to document everything. You have to start to keep a record of toxic incidents, dates, times, people involved, what happened. This actually creates a fact-based or a fact pattern in your environment. And if it's an employer-based situation, if it's in your job, this is actually a legal document that you can take to the human resources or to your boss. And it actually does stand up in court. So remember, if you want to empower yourself to do anything, documentation is key. If you keep a journal, it's a legal document. Step number 3, protect your mental and physical health. But Steve, but Guru, how do I do that? And we talked about this before. Boundaries are key. Work is work. Okay? Work is work. The doors close on your way out 5 p.m. or whatever you end your shift. It's over. Don't drag the stuff home with you. Make sure to take your breaks, which are given to you. Whether it's your lunch break, whether it's your tea break, whatever the case may be, even go into the bathroom. This is your safe space or safe moment where you can detach yourself from the toxicity. It'll prevent you from overextending yourself too. These breaks are important. They're built into the law. Okay? So it's important for you to do that. Know your rights. Know what is provided to you by the employer. You have to know, you have to understand. Okay? So create these spaces. If you have vacation time, use it. Take it. Don't just cash it in because you need the money. You actually need that time. Give yourself that break. If you believe that you are being negatively impacted, okay, stress, you're grinding your teeth. You went for your dental appointment and your dentist says, hey, are you grinding your teeth? I see there's a lot of wear and tear in your teeth. Are you grinding? Well, I don't know. Just because they can give you a night guard for your teeth, you have to deal with the root cause of the problem. Deal with it. How do you deal with it? Well, guess what? Talking about it is important. Find a professional you can talk to, whether it's a therapist, whether it's your significant other, whatever the case may be. Talking about it. People who understand, people who can help you deal with this stuff. Open up. Don't hold it inside. Let it go. Don't let the stuff eat you alive. Let it out. Share. Dilute this negativity and look for root causes of the problem. Root cause analysis is very important for yourself. Just like you realized and understood that it's a toxic environment, now figure out why is your job affecting you that much. Don't let it in. You're the master of your domain. You have the option to know who you let in or what type of information you let into your mind versus what you just allow to stay out. Okay? Keep the doors closed. Boundaries. Next on our list, on our hit parade of dealing with toxic environments, it may not be just the workplace. It could be just some individuals in there. Toxic individuals within the workplace will cause a problem. Limit your interaction with those individuals. Number 4 on the list is limit interaction with toxic individuals. Wherever possible, avoid as necessary. Now, not to the detriment of your job, not to the detriment of people who are depending on some kind of a collaboration. But collaborating with people does not mean involving yourself in their abuse. Once again, boundaries, but limit your time. You're working the project, that's fine. Other than that, you don't have to have lunch with them. You don't have to go and have coffee with them. None of that stuff. Related to this is point number 5, which is while you're avoiding contact with the negative bunch, gravitate towards positive individuals who will make your life better. So, seek allies. I don't mean form a clique, but build a support structure for yourself. Not, the separation. Because remember, we talked about being open and humble, which will bring other people into your circle. Just make sure that when you open yourself up through humility, you don't let the dregs of your workplace penetrate where you are and soil your environment. Don't do that. Keep those people out. Gravitate to positive people. Create a support network. People with similar outlooks and goals. Find them. People who share your values. And people who also identify and recognize the same toxic patterns. Support system inside or outside the workplace helps you stay grounded and validated and all other things that make you feel good about yourself. Just remember, you analyzed and you determined that it's not you, but you have to look at yourself with some degree of humility. Always start with that, humble, but not too humble. Okay? But analysis has to be clear. You have to figure out whether you are correct. If you did that, find an ally or multiple allies inside or outside of the workplace. So that network of support is going to go a long way. Use the company resources would be number 6. What does it mean? Report toxic behavior through appropriate human resource communication and compliance channels. If your company has an employee assistance program, also known as EAP, use it for counseling, meditation, and whatever. Some places, a lot of large employers have meditation rooms. You can use them. Whether it's a chapel, whether it's just a quiet space, find it. Use it. The pressures of life don't have to get to you. You can't allow it to impact your health. Don't grind your teeth. That leads to high blood sugar, elevated cortisol levels, which lead to elevated sugar levels. It's a whole cascade of health problems. Don't get to that point. Let it roll off your back. Don't let it get to you. It's not that important. Number 7, you can't fix the world. You cannot fix the company culture. You can't fix even the department culture. But you can focus on the things that you can control. So number 7 out of 10 will be focus on what you can control and fix. Number 1, fix yourself. Don't allow the negativity to penetrate. Remember, boundaries. Once again, boundaries are the things that you can control. Shift your energy from dealing with toxicity to dealing with the tasks at hand. If you got a job to do, focus on that. Don't focus on the toxic relationship. You limited your interaction with these people, even if you have to collaborate with them on certain projects, that's where it ends. Focus on building relationships. Focus on changing certain habits that you may have that that cause things for you to sprout. By the way, not getting enough sleep and coming to work tired is a major to-do. You can fix that. You can fix that. You can and you must. Excelling in your tasks, in your duties, excelling in your role in the job, being the best that you can is the ultimate source of validation. Yeah, do it. Be the best that you can be. It's an old army commercial. Be all that you can be. Yes, it's true. You can be all that you can be, and you can excel in that, and you will do just great. Number 8, constructive communication. When it's safe, when it's appropriate, express your concerns directly and diplomatically. Now, I want to caution you here. I would stay away from text messages and emails because that's forever and can be misconstrued. Always try the verbal communication first. Focus on how behaviors can affect productivity, morale, and other personal accusations, how all these things can affect performance. But make sure it's done constructively. There's no finger pointing, but he did that, but she did that. No, there's none of that. Focus on constructive. Be positive. Take the high road. Number 9. Hey, when you have explored all other possibilities, maybe it's just time to move on. Look for other departments in the company that you work in, or start looking for a new job. It's okay. It's very liberating to free yourself from the shackles of toxicity. It is extremely liberating, even if you haven't left yet. If you're still there, but you know you're going, you're about to hand in your notice. But make sure you hand in your notice with enough time so, there's no bad luggage left behind you there, right? But we'll talk about that. You will liberate yourself, and the toxicity is not going to bother you anymore because you've already detached yourself from this. Right? Think this through. Think about what I just said. Just the fact of exploring the possibility of leaving will give you great relief because you have options. Well, you always have options. Talk to other people. Explore other possibilities. You don't know from where the help will come. You don't know. So holding it in yourself is never a good idea. We addressed this a little bit earlier. But in the meantime, when you're talking to people, don't talk negatively, of course, because, what goes or whatever comes out of your mouth will always come back to haunt you. You don't know who knows whom. It's a very small world. And today with the internet, all the anti-social media that's out there, you don't know who's going to know what about you. Always keep it constructive, right? Communicate constructively. We talked about with point number 8, which also means positively, even if the place is negative. Okay. You focus on the positive just because, so you don't want to spread negativity, spread positivity, even if you want to move on. Be positive, even if the person doesn't deserve it, if the place doesn't deserve it, you deserve better. So be positive. So once you explore all these possibilities, you will feel relief, and you will find those people in your support network who will give you those options and relief, instant relief, instant. And that comes to the last point, which is to have an exit strategy. Sometimes the healthiest option is to leave. Start updating your resume. See, it's very related to the number 9 point you just said, explore internal transfers or lateral moves and, whatever. But sometimes the healthiest thing is to leave. And just beginning to prepare your resume, networking, looking for new opportunities will set you free until such moment when you actually leave. Those of you within the sound and the reach of my voice and this podcast, and there are many of you out there, you know what I'm talking about. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here sharing all of this with you. Okay? Set yourselves free. That does not mean that you need to run away from yourself. You can't run away from yourself. You should never run away, period. You should run to something, not from something. Okay? Just remember this concept, running to something rather than from something. You have to face your demons. You have to face the challenges. Do it skillfully, do it politely, do it professionally, do it armed with the best information, with the best possible information that's available to you. Use that. Open up your network, open up the people to your struggles. Let them help you. Spreading this negativity out to people, but in a constructive, positive way, will unburden you. And these people, the positive people in your life, will help and infuse you with positivity and allow you to exit gracefully and professionally. And always take into consideration how much time you need to give for your notice. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the exit strategy next time, depending what's next on my queue. But the exit strategy is a good topic to have. So we'll get back to this. Okay. And with that in mind, my dear friends, we've come to the end of this exciting podcast. I actually feel unburdened and enlightened myself, which is how I wish you would all feel. And with that in mind, may God bless you all. Please reach out via our usual channels of communication, whether it's text or email. And I'm looking forward to your feedback and your comments. All the best to you. Talk soon.
Well, friends and aspiring career gurus, this was fun. Thank you for tuning in. I feel enlightened, I feel empowered, and I'm feeling grateful that we spend time with you. For more information about Boston Career Institute, please visit our website, bostoncareer.org. Boston Career Institute has 3 campuses located in Brookline, Massachusetts, Malden, Massachusetts, and Lowell, Massachusetts. Call our toll-free number 888-383-6058. For questions, comments, and/or information about our podcast, email me at thecareerguru@bostoncareer.org. The Career Guru podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our website, bostoncareer.org, or wherever you stream your podcast. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your rating and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by PodPro Entertainment, The Career Guru lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #The New Radio. Looking forward to seeing you soon. All the best to you. My name is Steve Yanovsky. I am the Career Guru. May God bless you. #Let's Career Up.